Okay, second try. I'm having some connection issues this morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. As I was saying, I do have a lot of Scottish and Irish in me, and it doesn't really matter though. You can still celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So what are you doing to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? If you are, I'm going to make a shepherd's pie. So if you're not sure what that is, it's like a meat, it's almost like a meat stew, and it has really delicious mashed potatoes on top of it. So I think it's, and we're doing it all in a toaster oven because my oven's broken and I'm waiting for my replacement oven to be shipped. It's been a long haul. You know, for someone who likes to bake and cook, it's been challenging not having an oven and having to use a toaster oven. A pretty, modern toaster oven, I must say. It's a nice KitchenAid oven, but it doesn't do everything that you need it to do. So anyway, let's get back on topic. So I've been talking about finding your passions, and nothing can really discourage you more than focusing on all of the stuff that's not going right in life, right? So if you're always like every day waking up and thinking there's nothing to look forward to, my life is just the same boring thing every single day. I hate this job that I'm doing. I just don't really feel like I'm serving a greater purpose, that thing that really would excite me. Then you've really got to discover your passions. You've got to take that time to unveil those, to start identifying what those things are. And they really are right in front of you. You know, if you go to my website and you put your name and email address in there, I'll actually give you my worksheet. It's a free worksheet called Ignite Your Passions. And I will put the link at the bottom in the comments later. But you know, the whole idea is that we need to be focused on what we want more than what we don't want. And the reason behind that is that when you focus, whatever you focus on, you're going to give energy to that thing. So if you're focusing on what you don't want, you're just going to have more of that in your life. And one of the ways that we can really build a great life is to do the things that make us feel happy, the things that we're passionate about. And so it's a must that we discover what those things are. You know, recently I was in the kitchen looking out the window, and it was early in the morning, and I just kind of woke up with that. Like, do you ever wake up with that heavy feeling? Like, that's almost like a feeling of mild hopelessness, right? And it was heavy, and I was looking out the window, and it was a breezy day, a little overcast. I'm looking at the trees in the backyard and the birds, and just feeling kind of afraid. I noticed this fear inside of me, a fear like I'm scared about life. I'm scared about the state of the world. There's so much going on right now, and feeling that there's a lot I can't control, and that made me feel afraid. And then as I'm looking outside and noticing, I started to notice the beautiful things that were right in front of my eyes. The beautiful green trees in my backyard, and the birds, and the way the wind was moving the bushes around and the hedge. And it just brought me back to this feeling of being a little girl and really loving to be outside in nature. That moment reconnected me to my passionate side, something I'm passionate about, that I was passionate about as a little girl years ago, just being outside. I was outside all the time. Do you remember those days? Just being outside, lying underneath trees, looking up into the sky, watching the clouds move, making forts in the forest, and just playing for hours outside. And it just brought me back to so many wonderful memories. And I realized in that moment that I could change what my experience is in that moment just by changing what I'm focused on. And I mean, I know this, and I know that you know this as well, but I really wanted to give you an example of that in action. In that moment, it occurred to me that we really do have two choices. There's two options. We can experience fear, and we can experience life as something that's negative, and we put our energy into that and create that in our lives. That will become our experience when we're focused on it. And the other option is to do completely the opposite and get calm within yourself and notice what's beautiful right in front of you. Or go back to a memory like I was describing as a child. And when you go back into that moment, it changes your experience. Remembering those those experiences, those memories that you're fond of, those wonderful times in your life. And what you already have presently. That's why a gratitude practice is so important, because just every day, get up in the morning, ask yourself, what am I grateful for? You don't have to have 10 things. You can have 10 things if you want, but you don't have to. I know that's really common, come up with 10 things. So it can be a lot of pressure to come up with 10 things sometimes. Just come up with a few, just whatever comes to your heart. And then when you're focused on what's really good about your life, you'll have a good life, right? And we all really deserve that. We've got to realize that we give power to the things that we're focused on. And remember this as well. Your experience is contagious. So other people are going to be affected by it too. So if you're focused on what the hopelessness is, there's just so much going on in this world and you've got no control and it's just, falling to pieces, then that anxiousness within yourself and that fear, that's going to affect other people. It's energy. It's transferable. And you're going to share that with those around you and really feed into that negativity in the world. And I don't think any of us want to do that, do we? Do we want to be part of that? I don't want to be part of that. And I'm sure you don't either. And that's why it's so important that you discover the things that you're passionate about again. If you have been in a rut, you've been doing the daily grind and feeling like there's something more, but you haven't really taken the time to look at what that is and what's possible for you, what the other options are, then I really do believe that my Ignite Your Passions worksheet will really help you get started with that. And it's really all about mindset. When you change your mindset, you can do anything that you set your mind to. And it really just requires that you make that first decision that you're going to make a change, or and a change could be just discovering what your passions are. That's a change. It's something that you don't normally do on a daily basis. And when you discover what your passions are, it's really important that you engage in them, that you try some different things, that you engage in some of the things that you used to enjoy. And when you do that, life just starts to look so much more brighter and feel so much more meaningful to you. And so I would really like for you to have more of that. A life that's so much more full and joyful, and to know that you can have that, because you can. Don't let anybody tell you can't. Like I was saying earlier, our experience is contagious, and I'm sure that all of us can think about name people in our own lives that really feed into that collective negativity, right? Like you're about to try something new, and then, Uncle John has something negative to say about it, like, oh, you can't do that, or what makes you think you can do that at your age, right? There's always that person, right? There's a lot of those people. So we need to not give them our power. Don't let them suck your energy, okay? Don't let them drain your energy from you. You have to be very aware of your own ability to create the things that you want in your life. And I'm not talking about law of attraction and all that stuff. I mean, it's very popular, but a lot of people, I think, just end up thinking that if they believe enough that things will happen. And I don't believe that personally. I think you have to take some action. And so the first step into finding your passions is not to just believe good things and you'll discover them. You've got to discover them. You've got to do the work. So download my free worksheet, and I'm sure you'll be really thrilled with the results that you'll get from doing the process that I've set out for you in that worksheet. So I'm going to post it below, but you can also get it by going to jewelwellness.com. And on my homepage, if you just scroll down a little bit, you can opt into my newsletter at the same time. Just put your name and email address in there, and I'll send it over to you right away. So thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, if you found anything interesting or anything you'd like to comment about, just post it below. And I will catch up with you again next Wednesday for Wellbeing Wednesday. Take care, guys. Bye now.